This place is incredible. It's like something I've never ever seen before.
It's literally like Avatar or something. It's like just another world.
We are here now in a little town called Kalambaka because we're here to visit Meteora. We arrived here late last night after a 2.5 hour drive from Mount Olympus, which if you watched in our last video, we trekked the entire mountain. So we're staying in a hotel called Hotel Meteora. We cannot say enough good things about the place. The staff are so friendly. They provide an amazing breakfast every morning, and they even did a clothes wash for us completely free of charge. So, and that was all for just €36 a night.
Okay, so Meteora is famous for these insane vertical rocks that were formed about 25 million years ago. What's even more impressive is, as early as the 14th century, hermits and monks began scaling the cliffs to build monasteries. I believe the monks built about 24 of these monasteries, but only 6 of them remain. So the good news is that you can actually visit them, and that's the plan for the day.
So we are here now at the second biggest monastery of Meteora. It's called the Monastery of Varlaam, and oh my god, wow, it is unbelievable. It's so pretty. So the monastery itself is named after a monk who climbed the cliff, and he built the monastery many years ago. So then when Varlaam died, the monks who lived here abandoned the monastery, so basically just turned to ruins then. And then 2 brothers a couple of 100 years later decided to climb the cliff and rebuild the chapel, and that's what it is today. It's absolutely stunning. So yeah, we really enjoyed our experience there. It was gorgeous to see, and on to the next.
It's closed.
Closed.
Open tomorrow. That one there is the biggest one in Meteora. It's the Great Meteora, that's what it's called. And it doesn't open on Tuesdays. Shit. Okay, we just have to come back tomorrow and do that one. We're gonna go, what was the other one we wanted to go see? St. Stephen's? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go check that one out. Hopefully it's open. I'm not being funny, but this. What's going on here?
Oh my god.
Get on your phone.
Like, okay. Hold on, quick.
Holy God.
Oh my god, they're just walking into the car. Look.
Ah. What little jokes. It's these ones with the horns I just don't trust.
I know, yeah, they jump into the car. Oh my god. Little bells on them. Watch that, Carter.
What little jokes. Okay, so time to check out another monastery. This one right here is called St. Stephen's. Thank you.
You got the tickets?
Yeah. €3 each.
Okay, so we're in here now and the entrance fee was €3 in. So there is some rules to follow, obviously, because it is a holy place. So men have to be completely covered up, arms not on show, so jacket and long trousers. And then women have to wear skirts, which I have mine on today. But if you didn't have a skirt, there is some at the door to wrap around for women if you're just wearing trousers or whatever. So
Okay, so that was pretty interesting. We just got out of the museum in there, and they had like relics and books and, you know, gowns and stuff going way back to like the 15th and 16th century. And they even had like utensils like you know, chalices and kind of incense burners and stuff that were going way back, weren't they? They were going back like,
yeah, crazy,
to the 13th or 14th century. It was just mental to see it. And they had letters and books and all perfectly preserved. Like, that's 400 or 500 years old. Like,
yeah, I don't know what was the language the letters were in.
I don't know.
Nice fancy writing.
It was fancy, but we couldn't
read it.
understand it. But obviously the fact that they're actually 400 or 500 years old and just in perfect nick is just insane, isn't it?
Crazy, yeah.
And like gold plates and silver plates and all, you know, for like you know, the bread and, you know, the chalices for the wine and stuff like that.
They
Just
had priests'
ancient
gowns and
Yeah.
stuff, and all locked away. They looked gorgeous, didn't they? But
Yeah. They also had a
crazy,
gift shop,
nasty.
which was funny, wasn't it? Postcards and stuff.
I wanted to buy a little bracelet because I felt
yeah.
sorry on the nun.
But this monastery is actually, well, most monasteries, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but they were all male. But this one here has been changed and turned into a nunnery, basically. So
yeah,
there's no men here. I think it's all
in the other monasteries,
the
I
other
think it's
ones,
all men run,
yeah.
like monks or whatever.
Yeah.
But this
So-
it was given over to the nuns, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think what happened with this one was torn apart, I think, in World War II and like the Greek Civil War and stuff like that. So supposedly you can still see like bullet marks on the walls and stuff like that. So we haven't come across them just yet, but that'd be interesting to check that out. But apparently, yeah, when it did get kind of, you know, smashed up, that the nuns kind of took it over, or else it was given to them. I can't really remember what it was, but so basically now, yeah, it's a full nunnery, and you kind of do see them plotted around, don't you? Like
All the little nuns.
in the museum, there was one literally selling stuff at the gift shop. So it's funny. There's the nuns now.
How cute are they?
Okay, that was pretty cool to be in there now, I have to say. That was my favourite one, and the reason why is because there was no steps up to it. It was literally a tiny little bridge in the back, and it brings you right in, because our legs still will not work after Mount Olympus.
We're still
We're still
stumbling
in
along.
bits. We are in bits. So that one had no steps,
Which is great.
which makes it my favourite.
So unfortunately, it is our last day here. This place is just incredible, and I think what makes it so amazing is the fact that it was transformed from just natural beauty. It's unbelievable. It's probably the most picturesque place you'll ever see in your life. And as I said earlier on, it really is. It's like walking around inside a fairy tale. It's something else. Okay, but the great news is we're going to start our day off visiting the oldest and the biggest monastery of them all. We did try visit it yesterday and it was closed, so that's where we're going to start our morning, and it is called the Great Meteora.
Hermit cave.
So we're on our way now. We just had a little stop off there because we heard there's a cool little spot that you can get right up close to where the Hermit caves were, built right into the rocks. It's really cool.
So what the Hermit caves are is, before the monks got here, there was hermits, and they used to live in these kind of tiny little caves that was kind of built into the rock. So they would have been like the first people here. You know, and I think that goes back to like the 12th or 13th century, which is insane.
It's mad to think that like they lived in them, isn't
I know, yeah. So basically what a hermit is someone who dedicates their life to like a religious cause and completely isolates themselves, and that's why they used to stay in these little caves and like wood and all stuff. So the reason they would have stayed there as well is obviously to isolate themselves in the world, but they also believed that it was going to make them closer to God. But I think with a monk, which is the ones who build the monasteries, where they obviously dedicate their life to a religious cause, but they will maybe interact with the world, where I think the hermits were just literally on their own, left completely isolated. Solitude, that was the word. You can see, I don't know, I'll try catch on the lumix, you can see birds just flying in and out of them. It's amazing. Look at God. This whole area has just been completely mind-blowing. Like, I mean, I had done some research on Meteora. I'd never heard of it before, but when we decided we were coming to Greece, it was like, okay, what can you do in Greece? You know, apart from like the islands and stuff, which we did, which were great. But when I came across Meteora, I looked on the internet, I was like, that looks like a cool place, but just no comparison to actually being here and to see it.
No,
it's just
never
insane.
seen anything like it.
No,
It's mind blowing. It's like,
isn't it?
you think you're driving through like a movie set or something.
Yeah,
when you see
yeah,
these big
yeah.
rocks, like they don't look real. It's amazing.
So anyway, now that we've seen them, it's time to move on
To our last spot, which is the Great Meteora, the biggest and oldest monastery of them all.
We are currently at the Albanian-Greek border, trying to get into Albania. We're not really too sure what's going on, so this should be a bit of crack. Hello.
Where are you going?
Saranda,
After
Tirana, and then Montenegro.
Nice bus.
Eu s-a tomat to porosit de aici.